Welcome. Welcome back to Bonms. I'm Ross. Today we have a very good one. Today is Monday, obviously, and I will go out on a limb by clichely saying today is Manifestation Monday. Let's do it. And I want to get right to it. I don't want to waste any time because we got a lot to cover. And let's try to do it in a short amount of time. As you read the title states that your focus is directly your reality is based solely off your focus, directly linked to your focus. And what I want to elaborate on a little bit more is that, using myself for example, whatever you profess, whatever you proclaim, whatever you speak into the universe, that's what you'll manifest. And I know this because I've been doing it for so long, but it's not in a way that most of us will share or most of us will admit. I was stagnant in my life for a period of time up until recently. And the reason why I was stagnant was simply because I was manifesting stagnation. I was not necessarily slothful in my work, but I was more so slothful in my delivery. So therefore, my results were slothful. So if you are experiencing slothfulness in your results, it's not the results that's slothful. In actuality, it's you completing the puzzle is actually what's being slothful. What's creating stagnation in your results. And here are a few exercises that I can recommend that personally work for me. Stop being a victim. The world is not against you. The universe is not against you. Nothing is against you. Neither does anything owe you anything. The moment I realized that and said, you know what? It's up to me to connect the dots. I felt free. I felt empowered. And not only that, things began to start working. I started to, what I used to do up until recently, it was my location. It was my city. It was my state. It was my upbringing. It was my peers. It was my family. It was people don't get me. It was this, it was that. It was so many different things. So therefore, it was beginning to constrict and restrict. And I was putting myself in this box mentally, and I was barricading this box with so many different force fields, so many different excuses, which later became armor to my way of thinking that nothing can penetrate it. No, this is what happened was I was manifesting being secluded. I was manifesting being lacking resources, lacking chances, people taking chances on me. And all that was a direct result of the way I was thinking, the way I was speaking, what I was manifesting. Accountability is the first healing of any type of success. You have to say, you know what? And it's not necessarily about hard you work. You can be really working hard. I mean, working diligently, working extremely hard. But that's not it. It's not about working hard. It's not necessarily about working smart. What it's about is how you think. What are you focusing on? In the previous video, I talked about if you wanted to, the power of planning. I have another video obviously coming up maybe tomorrow that I would like to go more in depth on, but today we'll focus on this manifesting. You're not focusing enough on the strength and the power of thoughts. And I know this is cliche. I know this, oh man, think positive, think and grow rich. Sure, all those things do matter. But how you talk to yourself is a direct link to what you're manifesting. So if you can change the way you think or talk to yourself, your world is going to change. Opportunities are going to begin to present themselves. The world can give you what it wants. If you do not have your cup out, if you don't have your cup out, you don't have your cup out. This is a cup where I use to pour, as you see, it says brush cup. I paint. It reminds me not to drink out of it or pour anything into it because I tend to take espresso shots over here. But if you don't have your cup out, metaphorically speaking, no one can give you anything. If you're hiding your cup, no one is going to take your hand. Give me your cup here. This is good for you. Nobody's going to do it. Nobody cares because people are still trying to get it. But if you have your plate, you can get a piece of the pot. But you have to first, and what I was doing, I was barricading my mind to be this victim. Everyone is against me. And after a while, you get tired. You really do get tired. You get tired of, if you're lucky, if you're fortunate enough, and if you're hungry enough, and if you're desperate enough, you'll get tired of being in the same position. You'll get tired of things not working out in your favor. You'll get tired. So what you'll do, you begin to change things. And if things are still not clicking like you want, now you have to realize and look at it. And we always joke about this. You hear a lot of love songs, especially back in the day, a lot of R&B songs where you would hear that it was always the other person's fault. But after a while, if you see this, and plus this artist is just selling music because this artist realized, okay, this is a niche here. I can sell heartbreak music for the rest of my career because it pays the bills. And after a while, if you're smart, you'll say, you know what? Maybe it's not everyone in the relationship that you keep making these songs about. Obviously, it's just entertainment, but it might be the person that's making the songs. Yes, they're gifted. Yes, they're talented. Yes, their delivery is catchy. Yes, their talent is relatable. But we start to think like, oh, they can do no wrong. They can sing. They can write. They're relatable. So what they're doing, they're actually weakening you from taking accountability. They're actually making you comfortable being barricaded in this way of thinking that everyone is the problem, not me. And the moment I realized that I am where I am in life because of me, whether that be good or bad, whether that be ahead, in the middle, or behind, it's because of me. We always want to take the credit when things are going well. But how often do we just take a step back and say, you know what? That was me. My bad. My bad, peeps. My bad, family. Because that's what we have to do. We have to take accountability. And I had to realize that the reason why I wasn't manifesting these opportunities, rubbing elbows with the people I was supposed to, was because I wasn't putting myself in position. That doesn't necessarily mean that you have to get out and do uncomfortable things or be in uncomfortable situations in order to get ahead in life. No. Yeah, sure, you have to get out if you're introvert or extrovert, introvert, whichever one it is. Introvert to, you got to get out and socialize a little more. Sure. Cool. Do it. You don't have to drink. You don't have to party. But if there is a cocktail party or a blazer suit jacket party, go network, go politic, go put yourself in position to learn. That's the mindset that you need to have. Not, oh man, let me go see what I can get out of this. No. Yeah, you should say that, but it should be more so in a intellectual way opposed to financial. No, you got to learn, man. We have to get back in this mindset of being interns. We have to get back in this mindset of being hungry, desperate to learn, to educate, to edify ourselves so that we can get out of this way of thinking. Because you can't just go from victim to millionaire. No, you have to go from victim to less victim. Accountability. From accountability, now you're starting to peek your head out the the barricade that you put yourself in, and you're getting out a little further and further, then opportunities start to hit you in the head. Then now it's like, cool, now you're thriving. It may take a while because you have victimized yourself for many, many moons, many summers. If you victimize yourself for 4 summers, that's 4 years. We don't look at things like that. If you victimize yourself for 3 Christmases, that's 3 years. We have to, like, man, if you victimize yourself for 3 Christmases, you got to get yourself right. 3 birthdays, yeah, that's 3 years. That's 365 days times 3 that you victimized yourself. So when are we going to say, you know what? I am where I am because of me. So I decided to look at the man in the mirror. And once I did that, things start to happen. Doors start to open. People start to be more, just more encouraging, more motivating, more inspirational, because I stopped making excuses saying, well, I'm where I am because of the city I live in. It's the city's fault. The only thing you can blame your city is for if you bust your tires because of a pothole. Other than that, it's not your city fault. That's just being real. So accountability. Get yourself, pull yourself by your bootstraps and get up. Manifest what you're supposed to have. Opportunities were coming far and few in between because of my way of thinking, not because of how hard I work. And that's what really made me a victim. And I'm pretty sure that's what you're wrestling with too. Some of you, if you got it all together, not you, but you, hey, add this attribute. Whoop, light just went off. But let me fix that light because I want to make sure that light is right. Light is off. One second. So, yeah, where were we? Where were we? And you see this chair here? That's the chair, baby. I'm glad I put on pants today. I always do. But pretty cool. I have these new wireless lights that allows me to have these wireless lights where I can go wireless or I can be corded up. All right, cool. We are back. Okay, like I was saying. Where was I? Lost my train of thought. Oh man. Manifestation. But also the victim. You can't be the victim. You have to get out of that state of mind. And I was the victim. After when you become comfortable, everybody is out to get me. Everyone is out to get me. And you cannot look at it like that. You can't think like that. You can't get ahead like that. And what are you trying to get ahead of? It's all subjective, but no matter what walk of life that you are enduring or endeavors that you are progressing through, you can't be a victim. And you might say, well, man, I'm not a victim. I never victimize myself. Do you have everything you want? Oh, this is what I was about to say. Are you working extremely hard, but you feel like you're still in the same position? Are you getting discouraged? Only a victim gets discouraged. Just saying. You can get discouraged for a few seconds, but after that, you got to get back to it. Because if you were hungry, what are you working for? Let's go back to the primitive days. Because I think we lose sight of, because we have everything. Everything is so convenient. We have a house. We can buy a house or rent a house that's already built. So you don't have to go cut the wood. You don't have to put your family in a tent. You don't have to worry about crops. You don't have to worry about the cattle. You don't have to worry about the livestock. You don't have to worry about the horse hooves not being able to make it through another winter and get you to and fro, and the ox not plowing the ground is not fertile anymore. You don't have to worry about these things. So you don't have we really have no skills other than to attract or acquire money. Because with money, you can get all of those things. If you don't have money, you can't get all of those things. And it's not even about getting money to live flashy, to live a luxurious life. In my opinion, luxurious is just luxury. Convenience to me. That's what luxury is. Sure, you might want a nice watch because you like watches. Me, I'm an art collector. I like art. So in my opinion, a watch is a piece of art. So would I have a few watches? Yes. Do I have a few watches? Yes. Will I continue to add to it? Yes, more than likely, because that's something that I also would pass down. But we have gotten away from having that hunger, and we can, because back then in the primitive state, you can't, oh man, the deer got away, I'm gonna go pout, I'm gonna go be a victim. You're gonna starve. You don't have time to be a victim. Oh, well, deer is not on the table. Maybe wild boar. Oh wow, wild boar got away, almost lost my foot, not gonna be able to do wild boar. Squirrel. Squirrel's a little too slithery, got away. Rabbit. Rabbit did got away. Tonight we eating potatoes, no meat. But tomorrow, that deer, deer didn't happen. Boar didn't happen. Rabbit, back down the list. You at it again. You just keep going. You have to keep going. You have to keep going. And then eventually what's going to happen is their resilience just to eat. Now they manifest. That universe opened up like, oh, there's that deer. The deer is off his game, but you've been on your game. You've been studying the tactics of the game. That's why they call it game. It's a game. And it's the survival of the fittest. And most times, and especially in today's time, the fittest would be the mind. Who has the fittest mind? If you think about a marathon runner, all of them can run a marathon. They can all run a marathon in sub 3 hours. Mind blown. They can all run a marathon just about in sub 2 hours and 30 minutes. Mind blown. They're competing who can run a marathon now sub 2 hours. So therefore, it's the battle of the fittest. Someone can run it. Someone can run it in sub 2 minutes. So you telling me the next 20, 30 people are sub 2 minutes and 2 hours and 5 minutes? So all of these people are competing back to 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 back until the race is over. And all that within the time frame of 5 minutes, because 5 minute head lead in a race of any sort, you can't recover from that. That's like a deer. That's like if you're hunting and you say, oh yeah, man, the deer was here 5 minutes ago. That deer is long gone. And that's how the universe is. Things happen and travel so fast. We have to be locked in. The battle of the fittest. So you are in this place that you're in solely because your mind is not fit to be where you think you should be. So that's what you have to do. Metaphorically speaking, you have to mentally exercise and condition and groom and get your mind in shape for what you think that you deserve and what you think you want. And I'm speaking to myself as well. So anything that I'm saying to myself as well. So this is what we have to do. We have to start doing things differently. It's not going to happen overnight. You're not just going to wake up and say, you know what? I went from victim to Viking. You're not going to be a Viking overnight. It takes time. It definitely takes time. However, be less of a victim today. So today, you're less of a victim. Tomorrow, even less of a victim. You might even be go back a little bit. You might go 2 steps forward, 1 step back. I don't know. But eventually you got to go to 2 steps forward, half a step back, and just continue to get yourself out of this rabbit hole of victimism, because it's no one's fault. And that's what we want to do. We want to hold ourselves accountable, because the moment you hold yourself accountable, your greatness will ooze out and it will become contagious. All because you are achieving in every aspect of life solely because you changed how you thought about yourself. You changed how you thought about your situation. You changed what you thought about yourself. You changed what you felt about your situation. Notice, you didn't do anything different. You didn't change how hard you were working, how little you were working. It started with how you looked at your situation. It's all going to work out for you if you just apply the simple remedy of stop being a victim. Just get out and try, fail. Start without knowing what you're starting. Yeah, you have an idea, but start without understanding what you're doing. And I struggle with that. And then you become more and more discouraged. You become more and more frustrated. You become more and more mentally defeated, and it's all you. It's all you. No one is allowing, or no one is putting this pressure on you but self. And I am talking about me. This is what I did. Now that I stopped and just started, I'm not a victim anymore. Do I still wrestle with victim mindset? Absolutely. I'm not 100% Viking yet. But one thing I will say, I am better than I once was, solely because I started taking accountability, and then opportunities began to present themselves. The world is not out to get you. The universe is not out to keep you constricted. In actuality, the universe wants to open up to you. It's a flower. It's beautiful. It wants to give you gifts. It wants to give you things. It wants to encourage you to be on the right path. Think about that. If you believe in karma, good karma, bad karma. If you do bad, bad karma come to you. It's rewarding you what you deserve. So if you do good karma, if you believe in that, good karma will come to you. It's a flower. It wants to reward. It's here. We owe you this. How can bad pay you back? And that's suitable. That's okay. That's understandable. Why can't good pay you back? As long as you're here, listen, good is going to come back, but you have to first change that way of thinking that it's not. Believe it is, it's going to come, and enjoy it. As always, Bonms, I'm Ross.